Live from Arkansas' streaming news leader, this is THV 11 Morning News at 7 on THV 11 Plus.
Good morning and welcome back to THV 11 Plus. Just as we start our streaming, we are having our roof replaced here at THV 11.
They don't take Christmas off, apparently.
Well, it is Christmas Eve, kind of a work day, kind of not, but apparently it is a work day. So if you hear the sounds of drilling and loud noises during Simone's weather or traffic or news, you'll know what it is.
The goal is to go into 2026 with a new roof.
New year,
New
roof.
But in the meantime, we're talking about fog this morning.
Yes, and Hayden and Ashley and Tracy are all off this week enjoying the holiday. Simone's in for Tracy and also double duty on traffic. And there is some weather
so we've been talking
about
fog, the weather impact alert in effect for that has been, creating some travel issues. People, whether or not they're trying to hit the stores last minute this morning or you're trying to get to your family. This is the site from the Cantrell Interchange or Highway 10 Interchange in West Little Rock. Now, traditionally, this is pointed north where you can see that Arkansas River Bridge, the I-430 River Bridge. The headlights you can barely make out. Those are people traveling southbound on I-40 this morning.
What is the visibility?
Visibility is very low this morning, but this is an elevated view, which means if you're at the surface, the view is probably even more inhibited. So make sure you take that into consideration if you are planning to travel this morning. We don't see any major slowdowns across the metro. That interchange we were just looking at is up here. We're all green over there. And then it looks like any of those other typical trouble spots for us this morning are still operating in the green. Drive times look pretty good. If you're coming from Conway to downtown, less than 25 minutes. If you're coming from Benton or Cabot, it'll take you less than 20 minutes to get to the capital city. But let's shift gears now to your forecast. I'm going to give you another viewpoint of outside. This is from our weather camera on top of the Simmons Bank Tower in downtown. You can see across downtown that fog almost laying over us like a blanket, a nice cozy Christmas blanket, if you will, with visibility down to a third of a mile. A second ago, it was down to 0 miles, but we've got a third of a mile visibility in the capital city, a half a mile visibility in Pine Bluff. Just reduced visibility across the state. I can't find enough ways to say that. The dense fog advisory is in effect until 10 a.m. That does include Pulaski County and the Little Rock Metro, and our weather impact alert will continue through 10 a.m. So we'll talk more about what you can expect today once the fog lifts. Record temperatures are possible for Christmas, and then that next cool down that's coming sooner than later. All of those details are in your 7-day outlook.
Simone, thank you. Developing this morning, a deadly explosion at a nursing home in the suburbs of Philadelphia. Officials confirm 2 people are dead, about 20 others are hurt after what investigators believe was a gas leak. Fire crews were responding to reports of a strong gas odor Tuesday afternoon when 2 explosions and a fire tore through the facility, collapsing part of the building. Patients were evacuated and taken to 5 nearby hospitals. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro praised the work of firefighters and other first responders from around the region who raced to the scene.
I want to say that in the immediate moments after the explosion, you saw what real heroism is all about. Firefighters rushed to this scene in order to contain the explosion, in order to put out the fire, and most importantly, in order to rescue people.
The cause is still under investigation. However, authorities say everyone has since been accounted for. This morning, more backlash toward the Department of Justice over the way it has slowly, heavily redacted, released court records tied to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The latest round of documents released Tuesday, documents referencing President Trump by name, including emails alleging he flew on Epstein's plane at least 8 times in the 1990s, claims the DOJ says are, quote, unfounded and false. Congressional Democrats and some Republicans have criticized the DOJ for not meeting the law's deadline to release all of the files with necessary redactions by last Friday. And an attorney for some of Epstein's survivors say they're raising concerns as well.
We are not going to quit until justice is done.
They want the truth, and it's been very hard to get the truth.
The DOJ says it still has hundreds of thousands of files to release. Lawmakers are threatening to take legal action to force them to speed it up. Here at home, it may be Christmas week, but in central Arkansas, the attention is already turning to the ballot box. Voters in House District 70 will soon head to the polls to fill a long vacant seat at the state capitol. In fact, early voting begins in just a few days. THV 11's Tamer Knight joins us to break down what voters need to know. Good morning, Tamer.
Well, good morning, Karen. House District 70, which includes parts of Sherwood and North Little Rock, has been without representation since former Representative Carlton Wing stepped down at the end of September. But now, after a legal battle, voters will finally have the chance to elect a new lawmaker. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders originally scheduled the special election for next summer, a timeline that would have left the district without a representative during the legislative fiscal session in April. But after a lawsuit, the Arkansas Supreme Court rejected that schedule, ordering a faster election timeline. Early voting begins December 30th, with Election Day set for January 6th. Supporters of the ruling say representation matters regardless of the party. In a statement, Governor Sanders said she disagrees with the court's decisions, but will comply appealing the decision. Now, 3 candidates are now competing for the seat. First up, Democrat Cortelia Smith Johnson, who grew up in Mississippi and served 8 years in the U.S. Air Force. She later earned a degree in criminal justice and worked as a probation officer. Experience, she says, exposed the gaps in the justice system and motivated her to seek change. Moving on to Democratic Alex Holliday, a longtime North Little Rock resident who works at UAMS. He narrowly lost to former Representative Wing by fewer than 300 votes last November. Holliday says he's running again because he believes the state needs more honesty and accountability. Both Smith Johnson and Holliday are facing Republican Bo Renshaw. Renshaw graduated from Ouachita Baptist and UCA. He is a business owner, physical therapist, and athletic trainer. He also serves on the North Little Rock and Sherwood Chambers of Commerce. Now, again, early voting begins December 30th with Election Day on January 6th. For THV 11 News, I'm Tamer Knight.
Hard to believe we're talking elections. Thank you, Tamer. Turning now to District 26, where 6 candidates are competing to fill the seat left vacant by the death of Gary Stubblefield, including 5 Republicans and 1 independent. Take a look. Adam Watson is running as an independent. Republicans in the race include Wade Dunn, Stacey Smith, Ted Tritt, Mark Berry, and Brad Simon. All 6 candidates share one position. They all oppose the proposed prison project in Franklin County. More details on each candidate are available anytime on THV11.com. At the state capitol, Governor Sarah Sanders has signed an executive order releasing more state money to help Arkansans recover from severe storms, tornadoes, and flooding earlier this year. The order authorizes $100,000 from the governor's Disaster Response and Recovery Fund. The money will help affected cities and counties cover recovery costs, with funds distributed by the Arkansas Division of Emergency Management. And Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin is backing an FCC proposal to block contraband cell phones in prisons. Green co-led a letter with Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr, joined by 21 other attorneys general, urging approval of rules that would allow jamming technology in correctional facilities. Griffin says inmates are using illegal phones to coordinate serious crimes. In Arkansas alone, corrections officials uncovered hundreds of cases where contraband phones were used for drug trafficking, intimidation, and other criminal activity. If you happen to own a diesel Mercedes, you could see some cash back soon. AG Tim Griffin also joining a nationwide settlement with Mercedes-Benz over emissions cheating. Investigators found the company used illegal software to bypass emissions tests while marketing the vehicles as eco-friendly. Around 700 of the vehicles in Arkansas are affected. Under the settlement, Mercedes will repair the cars, extend warranties, and pay owners $2,000 per vehicle. Some people count down the days until Christmas, others wear their excitement all season long. And even in this warmer, humid weather, one woman is finding her spirit in more than 200 festive sweaters. As Joe Ellison shows us, her closet is bursting with holiday cheer.
All right, we're here in LaFleur County in Oklahoma because you're about to meet the Christmas sweater lady. She's bringing smiles to everybody's faces around here, and you're about to see why she's called the Christmas sweater lady. Let's meet her. Her name's Ashley Hill. Merry Christmas! Come on in.
It just spreads so much joy. It really does. The season is the season of giving. It's the season of cheer. It's the season of Jesus' birth. I mean, everything we celebrate, it's just, to me, it's a different time of year than any other time.
You have an entire room dedicated to these sweaters?
An entire room. My spare bedroom is my Christmas sweater closet.
Okay, can we see this?
Of course you can. Let's go. Come on. This is it. My Christmas sweater room.
I'm thinking I might need a Christmas
I
sweater.
think you do too.
Do you got one for
me?
me?
I have plenty.
Okay.
This one literally has the Aldi emblem on it. The vintage built-in
yes, the
turtleneck. Yes. This is one of the vintage ones I've had for probably 15 years. Oh, that one is a lot of fun too.
Okay, I got my sweater on.
Oh,
What
I
do you think?
love it. It looks great.
I feel fantastic.
I love that
Look,
on
I
you.
love the shoulder pads.
It's wonderful.
I love the buttons. All right. Ashley says she started accumulating Christmas sweaters when her aunt, who loved Christmas sweaters, passed away and left her a few.
So these are actually two of the original ones that I have from her.
Ashley enjoys spreading joy when she wears her sweaters out in public, decked out in Christmas cheer.
Oh, you look like a Christmas elf. Oh, well, aren't you Miss Christmas? And it's just, they're like, you look so happy. And I'm like, thank you. Because I always walk around, it makes me happy. I want to make others happy. So I walk around with a smile on my face. And they do. I was called a Christmas elf 3 times in Walmart yesterday.
So why does she do it? Do you have any idea of which one you may pick for tomorrow?
This is the first one for today. I'm going to wear 3 today.
She posts them on social media so everyone can join in on the fun.
106, yes, it's December 15th. I've already changed into another Christmas sweater from this morning. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, but I started teaching in Kyoto, Oklahoma, and it started with just a few sweaters, and I would post them. And so the first year I did it, I think I had 5 or 6 sweaters, and then I had retired teachers start giving me sweaters. And then I had students that would I had a student give me a sweater, and then students started wearing them with me. And so I was like, well, let's take a picture and we'll post it. And so it became a thing where people was like, I love seeing your sweaters.
And now her collection, passion, and kindness is out there on social media and out in the world every day.
And so it's something. Christmas is just a joyful time that you spread as much joy and cheer as you can. So I got this one. It's amazing. And then I just realized it lights up.
Can't help but laugh along with her. She's so excited. All right, let's get back to Simone Thomas covering the traffic and weather today. That behind you, the visibility can't be more than half a mile, even a quarter of a mile.
We're about a third of a mile visibility right now. This is a view from the Big Rock interchange in West Little Rock, and obviously this is an elevated view. Those cameras sit a little bit higher up, so if you're obviously at the surface in your car, you're going to have a hard time seeing out there. This view is so bad you can't even make out the headlights like we've seen with some of those previous camera angles, but that just helps put into perspective how dense the fog is in the capital city this morning. The good news is it looks like people that are on the roads are driving carefully. All of our driving areas are in green. We don't have any major delays this morning. That Big Rock interchange off to the west, as you see, things are still in green. Shifting gears to your forecast though, visibility still poor across the state, down to a third of a mile visibility in the capital city. Pine Bluff with a half-mile visibility. Searcy about a mile and a third. Mountain Home has shown some brief improvements. It was less than 2 miles earlier, up to 3-mile visibility. But as we continue through the morning, likely keeping this clouds and fog in place through about the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour, then that's when the fog is expected to lift. We'll continue through the afternoon with a nice mix of clouds and sunshine. But the next big story for the day is possible record temperatures. We'll climb to the upper 70s again, looking to see more of that through your Christmas holiday and into the weekend. All of the changes that are coming up to our forecast we'll talk about in depth coming up in your 7-day outlook.